Professor, we can start. Professor, we can start.
Okay. Shri Gurubhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namaha. Shri Ved Purusaya Namo Namaha. Shri Vakya Devyai Namo Namaha. Shri Saraswatyai Namo Namaha. Shri Mangarasaya Namo Namaha. Shri Kapilaya Namo Namaha. Shri Gargaya Namo Namaha. Shri Vedavyasaya Namo Namaha. Shri Dharmaya Namo Namaha. Shri Matra Satyai Namo Namaha. Om Shri Radha Krishnabhyam Namo Namaha. My humble pranam to all the acharyas, all the real saints and real sadhus, all the gyan and vijnani, all the audience, all the listeners. I bow down to all of you. And also, I bow down to Rajiv Verma ji and Shruti Srinivasan ji for this whole event, for coordinating and managing everything that goes with these kind of courses. Thank you so much. This lecture is only the orientation introduction to this topic called Vivaaha Samskaara Yogadharma-Kshetra. So welcome to Tirth Yatra and to the Vedic world. Om Satyameva Jayate. This is a Tirth Yatra. This journey is called a Tirth Yatra. We are going to take together this Tirth Yatra through the wonderful, beautiful, majestic terrain of Vedic world. So welcome on board. I will request you to please focus completely on the kind of idea, the kind of language that is going to be used in this introduction as well as in this course. So let's start our journey. Let us start our Tirth Yatra. The beginning, very, very important. He who knows not the eternal syllables of the Veda, the highest point upon which all the gods repose, what business has he with Veda? Only its knowers sit here in peace and concord. It means those of us do not know the eternal syllable, the word, the technical term, the Sanskrit technical vocabulary. It will be difficult to fully comprehend and realize the hidden treasure of wisdom. This is the central image, the beginning of the Srishti. Start with Yagna. And we will be talking about these images later on too. If you look at this image, the Agnidev, or manifested as a fire, is the central deity in this beginning of Srishti. And this is It's a kind of very original ritual that was performed to bring the existence into manifestation. सृष्टि की उत्पत्ति के लिए this is the first divine ritual was performed. And the first invocation to Agni Dev, Rig Veda 1.1.1, this is the first mantra, Vedic mantra. I sing lauds to Agni, Purohit the priest, Devata and Hotra chanter. The Ritvik, the performer, who brings all wealth and blessing. Agni Mile Purohitam. Just beautiful, just wonderful. Today we are not going to focus on each of the hidden dimensions of this mantra. Just to point out to you, Agni as Devata, Purohit, Hotra and Ritvik, all together as a one yogic personality. Gayatri mantra is a Gayatri chant with 24 matraएं, which is a measure of Ganesh Shastra and Chandra Shastra. Time embedded in this mantra, the continuous containing peaks and valleys. It also has to be sung in a musical vibration sound. It has to be chanted with a very authentic, perfected sound, a voice. Vak is the language structure. We can analyze a lot of things, lot of contemporary ideas based on this mantra. How the original syllable, the Vak, manifest in the contemporary human experiences. Vak also the Saraswati, Vak also the Gayatri. Ratna means all kinds of wealth, including Vidya. Very important. Scope and depth of this particular course. I'm giving you a brief description here. It is a Tirth Yatra through enchanting Vedic world of celebration of life, not the negation of life. Very important to focus on. It is the celebration of life, not the negation of life. It is not the denying of the world process. It is affirmation of the world process. It extends to cover all major themes, ideas, theoretically, conceptually, as well as how they have been implemented and how they can look at it, review it, and then make some proposed changes and innovations. Due to time constraint and lack of required knowledge-based background of the participant, it will be limited in scope as well in depth with regards to interconnectivity, interrelationship with other limbs of the contemporary, of the what you call the Aswat tree. We will make some passing remarks. Those who want to listen about the contemporary understanding of the physical world, how these ideas, these ancient ideas appear in the modern dialogues. In view of the above, much deeper appreciation, realization of beauty, wonder, majesty, and mystery may not be achieved. Each of this notion of beauty, notion of wonder, notion of majesty, and notion of mystery is a very much language of contemporary high-level scientific community in the world. My humble request to be aware of. There are a lot of misunderstandings, confusions, delusions, conflict, mental frustrations are very much common due to the following things. Much of the original Yoga Dharma technical Sanskrit terminology is untranslatable into one-to-one English language. Unavailability of equivalent cognitive, emotional, and conceptual entities, along with the corresponding classification categories. The Vedic tradition uses different kind of category, different kind of cultivation and classification based on different conceptual basis of foundation of the worldview. A lot of popular books, other media of communication have also contributed this: corruption, pollution, uprooting. These are the three terms I've been using for long time of Vedic wisdom tradition. Due to significant variability in the pre-required knowledge and experience, effective communication to satisfy all the audience may not be successful. I will try to make it as easy as possible, and I beg your pardon in advance if my communication does not remain effective enough to your ears, to your cognitive faculty, to your emotional faculty. So I beg your pardon. You are so kind. A few examples of this corruption, pollution, I can cite here. Atman or Purusha is not the soul or spirit. I think almost 99.9% English-speaking world talks about the soul and spirit, and they think the Atman and Purusha is as the same soul or spirit. It's a fundamentally incorrect understanding. Paramatman, Brahman, Purushottam, Bhagavan, not God. God is only one aspect of this worldview. The ultimate reality, it has been characterized, defined, understood, realized through these terms, highly pregnant, highly loaded terms: Paramatman, Brahman, Purushottam, Bhagavan. Each has a different field of cognition. Each had a different understanding, pointing towards the totality. We will not talk about these today. Prakriti is not nature. Nature is an aspect of Prakriti. Prakriti is much more hidden from the eyes. It is the foundation matrix or the mother of our creation, sustenance, and dissolution, the three processes of the Vedic world wisdom. Maya is not illusion, but Shakti is a power consisting of primary 12 powers. Maya does create illusion too. Look at the optical illusion, cognitive illusion, emotional illusion. There are all kinds of illusions are available to look at. Yoga is not mysticism. Dharma is not religion. The greatest tragedy when Dharma-Kshetra became the religion. So please, I request you with my folded hand that use proper technical terms whenever you do communication. Just like yoga has become very popular worldwide, just like Guru has become very popular worldwide, Dharma has now become popular very worldwide. So if we keep using our conversation, professional or private conversation, then I think this original technical terminology, original wisdom can manifest in this world more vividly, more wonderfully. Look at the for Christian Bible. There are references given soul. At death, the soul ceases to think or feel and returns to the dust from which it was made. The soul is made of dust. It is born, it dies out. The breath of life or psychic faculty is used from ancient Greek tradition till today as the real original concept of soul or spirit rule in the Islamic tradition. It has nothing to do with Atman or Purusha. It has nothing to do with Paramatman or Purushottam, which are the foundation of our existence and which are ever went beyond the existence in a transcendental world. Consequence, what are the many consequences? Uprooting the entity Atman, it has created intellectual imperialism, Christianity and Islam religions, promoting convergence, etc. Spirituality is everyone talks about spirituality. And when I ask them question, what do you mean by spirituality? It's very hard to find the answers because this is itself related to psyche. It has hundreds of modern definitions. I will rather not use this term indiscriminately, but use what you call adhyatma. So these are the level of degenerations. Vedic Sanatan Dharma, first level of degeneration became religion. Second level of degeneration becomes all religions are same. Why? How did this happen? What are the primary consequences? It's not a topic for today's talk. I have given these talks and you can find some of these ideas to be talked about in our on our website, Google Course website, where other course and many other information and full of knowledge and wisdom available for you to look at. Samskaara Yogadharma-Kshetra. This course will focus on Vivaaha Samskaara Yogadharma-Kshetra. And we will explore, to visit, to reevaluate, and potentially provide some reformation for contemporary human experience. Previous two courses, Lok Sangrah Yogadharma-Kshetra, Foundational Doctrines and Corresponding Practices, lecture 7. 7 lectures were given. Another one, Pragmatic Manifestation of Foundational Doctrine. Again, course 2, 7 lectures were given. These lectures, along with a brief summary of each one, is available on the Google Class. You can go back and look at it. So why do we need this course? That's the basic question I'm raising. Answer: the widespread ignorance, misunderstanding, confusion, inauthentic following of the rituals and procedures. Even lots of our acharyas do not follow the proper procedures. Recitation of proper mantra at the time of performing the Vivaaha Samskaara. Some will start reciting the Bhagavad Gita, some Ramayana, some Hanuman Chalisa, and many other sources performing these rituals. The bride, groom, and their family remain ignorant about the foundational doctrines behind the meaning, purpose, and procedure followed in the ceremony. Third thing, existing ritual. Why, what, and how? Why do we need ritual? What are these rituals? How they have to be performed? And you will see later on when we are going to define each of them, characterize these of terms, and you will come to know, as I told you earlier, the very first ritual of the creation is the yagna, performed. Please note, there are variations in the ritual followed from various traditions, different regions, different times, as they have been evolving over a long period of time. So you will find from different regions in India and different places in the world some variations which have incorporated the local customs over the period of time. Miscellaneous questions are waiting for answers for the contemporary Hindu society. If we can ask our younger generation, our kids, our grandkids, and we have been responsible for this kind of a pollution corruption. Does Vivaaha Samskaara correspond to marriage or wedding? Indiscriminately marriage and wedding used in even includes what you call not only in conversation but professional private conversation, but also what you call when you print out the cards, invitation cards. And we are going to define each of these and find out how the marriage wedding does not correspond to Vivaaha Samskaara. Is Vivaaha Samskaara mandatory or necessary? Lot of questions I get from the audience, from the younger generation. Is the same-sex Vivaaha acceptable? These are the new questions. Is sexual relationship prior to Vivaaha acceptable? Is intercultural Vivaaha acceptable? Is Vivaaha of the female widows acceptable? Is the living in relationship prior to Vivaaha acceptable? Many of these questions, this is a brief list, are being asked in private, personal, and public communication platform. Is there a need for ritual ceremonies? How do they address meaning and purpose lives in contemporary times and beyond? And what will be the future if we continue to pollute, corrupt, and uproot the Vivaaha Samskaara? What will be the future of Vivaaha Samskaara? And many more questions. Please note, I request the audience with folded hands. Simple answers such as the tradition say this or that, or Dharmasas say this or that, are not entirely satisfactory to contemporary generation and beyond. They were not satisfactory for me when I was growing up entirely. They are not satisfactory to your generation. If I ask this question, many injunctions in Dharmasastra are not clear, but invite confusions and contradictions and may be irrelevant to contemporary social needs. So there is a strong need to revisit, reevaluate, and potentially reform, not arbitrarily reformation I am suggesting, but on the basis of foundational doctrines of the Vedic wisdom. The whole field of sanskar have to be reevaluated for its shortcomings and to be integrated as an organic glimpse of overarching newly designed Adhisthana. Adhisthana means a foundational idea, a foundation as Lok Sangrah Yogadharma-Kshetra. And this is a Ashwa tree we'll talk about. On the basis of foundational structure of doctrines and their manifestation in practical field has been discussed in 2 previous courses available on the Google Classroom website. Current practices appear to have been frozen in rocks for a very, very long time, and hence remain incompatible with the fields like Purusharth Ashram Yogadharma-Kshetra. Many unique ideas, unique contributions of the Vedic Rishi, they remain out of the domain or out of link with this Vivaaha Samskaara, which is currently understood and followed even in corrupted manner. Some significant shortcomings got to be identified, evaluated, a potential remedy need to be incorporated towards bringing the whole field to be compatible and consistent with the entire field of Vedic tradition. And we are going to address the questions we raised just few minutes ago. All the questions are raised about the Vivaaha Samskaara worldwide. So we are going to identify, we are going to respond to based on the fundamental principles of the Vedic wisdom tradition. I especially this course will have a greater impact on the society at large if our respected acharyas implement and talk about to the people at large when they are ready to perform the Vivaaha Samskar about the foundation, about the principles, and about the proper technical terminology that has to be used. They are the great asset. They are the foundation and center pillars of our entire civilization and Sanskriti and Sanskar. So I request to them with folded hand, please let us have dialogues. Let us have guidance from you how to go ahead with these new initiatives. The proposed deep and pervasive theme that encompasses all the human experience aspiration is what you call the foundational doctrine, foundational ground is the Lok Sangraha Yogadharma-Kshetra. And you can notice here very carefully this particular construction includes the term Loka, Sangraha, Yoga, Dharma, and Kshetra. All these ideas, their foundation, their theory and practice, have their own world. And I have tried to provide a yogic unification, yogic harmony by providing an idea of Vivaaha Samskaara of all these lokas. And we will be, during this course, will be defining each of the terms. Then it will be clear to why this new term has been introduced. And this corresponding to Aswat Brich. Also, please note, this course is not an information, description, and a narration of the existing large body knowledge wisdom. It's not only this, but it is an act of discovery and innovation of the hidden wisdom through the contemplated meditational yoga. I'm not simply giving you the information and understanding that I have been reading for a long time, but I'm giving you through my own yogic contemplated experiences and understanding realization of these ideas within myself. So I'm sharing those with all of you with my folded hand, yet I remain what you call ignorant. Keep in mind, this is the inexhaustible wisdom and knowledge. I'm extracting out, carving out one aspect of this field of wisdom to present to you. This is the representation. I have chosen this image, which is one of the most celebrated and most wonderful, beautiful image. There are several images, very powerful images, because visual images give us a much more comprehensive understanding, realization. And these kind of several visual images are also the source of discoveries in the whole field of science. This is one of the most powerful images. And you know, different branches. This is a tree, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, what a tree. It is the whole totality of existence of this cosmos, including this world, human world, natural world, animal world. They can all be understood, characterized, and defined from using this big tree, where each branches is one of the experiences, one of the lokas. This is the beauty. I will not stress too much here. So, my dear listeners, the question is, what is Lok Sangrah Yogadharma-Kshetra? That's the fundamental question. We will try to answer first, then go to Samskaara Yogadharma. So our Tirth Yatra will start first by decoding, defining, and characterizing each of the terms and associated ideas innate with the themes. What is word Loka? It is all pervading, it's so beautiful, so wonderful, so mysterious. Just like, you know, I individually as a bhakta, as a speaker, is now situated in my own loka. You as an audience create, combine together Srota lok, with each and every individual have individual lokas, personalities, coming together in yogic unison to give another entity called the Srota lok. This is a multi-loaded, polymorphous, multi-dimensional world, which is so pervasive in entire Vedic wisdom tradition, hard to translate in English. It covers any realm such as mundane world, transcendent world, common people and their behavior. Etymologically, to see, to behold, to perceive, to know, to recognize. That's how lokas are defined. Lokayate in loka, that which is perceived in the world is also loka. Epic, Purana, and Shastra are really manifestation out of the unmanifest. Appearance coming into light, sphere of direct perception, sphere of the known, the people and their base here and how the concrete wisdom, all are the lokas. Ultimately, I will proclaim the entire totality of substantive, quantitative, qualitative, and external is corresponds to lokas. But there are different lokas. But the loka is the umbrella term, the unifying term. Not an independent category, but interlinked with other associated concepts such as loka or Veda, loka or Shastra, loka or Chandas, loka or Nat, Iloka or Parloka. They're all together in a yogic integration, still maintaining their independent identity. This is the loka. Level of meaning, loka or aloka, world of light of darkness. 7 spheres, Bhuloka, Bhuvanloka, Swarloka, Maharloka, Janloka, Taploka, Satyaloka. 7 spheres, lower regions, higher regions, lower regions. Atal, Bital, Sutal, Rasatal, Talatal, Mahatal, Patal. The different physical lokas. This is a very, very interesting phenomenon. Community of men and sharing common tradition, common practice. Women, everyone is can be identified correspondent lokas. The sum total of entire activity of people, human, divine, and devil, of creatures, of plants, of trees, of rivers, hills, mountains, oceans, forests, lakes, and fields. The unborn chain of experience is part of total personality of the people. This loka means behavior of the world consistent of movable, immovable objects. Brahman, Atman, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi are called the Dhatu because they pervade the whole body, and keeping and holding it, they are also lokas. Yajurved Samhita. From them, the mobile and immobile are born. Bhagavan Punarvasu said, person is equal to the universe. Whatever formed entities are in the universe, the same are in the person and vice versa. Some of these statements are so powerful, so mysterious, so wonderful. And I think they are now being discovered in by maverick scientists in the Western world. I'm familiar with, I read their literature, they layer their ideas. Many of them I directly contact to and discuss about these ideas and how these ideas correspond to our Vedic wisdom tradition. This is the next, probably part of the next course in next year. In Nat drama, which is a total art, the crucial test is the loka. The cumulative unawareness, receptiveness of all beings, human and others. Bhagavan Vishnu contains within himself the whole cosmos, with all the lokas as universal Vishwarupa. Bhagavad Gita. Recent performing arts, ritual arts, have amply shown the loka is the eye to see the whole tradition, whole worldview. Ritualistic arts in Vivaaha Samskaara creates its own loka. And that is the first in brief description, characterization, understanding of the term loka in Lok Sangraha. Representation of human versus world in terms of the loka. This is the body here, the blue shaded. It's a human body, and this human body itself is a loka, containing several lokas within itself, biological lokas, conceptual lokas. Mind itself is on loka. Each organs have its own loka, its own personality, its own identity, but this is interrelated, interconnected with the rest of the body. Human body is on loka surrounding the social and natural environment. Mutual interaction and exchange take place between these lokas. My dear listeners, here I have given you a what you call visual image, a graphic picture. How do we see these lokas? And this is the this representation takes birth from the Kshetra, Sankh Darshan. I have done representation here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Individual loka, surrounded by family lok, surrounded by group lok, society lok, national lok, international lok, bhur bhuvaswaha lok, and beyond. This is how we are enclosed in this cosmos. So enclosed in this cosmos. I consider myself, insignificant insect in this whole cosmic manifestation of the divine. And with this understanding, today, I think I am, let's see what the next slide is. Yes, question answer. So we are going to have a concluding prayer together. Oh. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejastu Navaditamastu Ma Vidvasabahai. Om Santi 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 Hari Om. At last, again, I bow down to all of you, the holy audience, visible or not visible, or future audience, future listeners. And I humbly ask for your guidance. I ask your blessing. Please give me blessing, so I can continue on this journey of unfolding and disseminating the Vedic wisdom tradition till I live. Please forgive me for my any offenses that you might have heard. You are so kind. So thank you. Let's look at now question answer session. My humble request to all of you, please note, all kinds of questions, easy or hard, are most welcome. For me, there is no question easy, because easy and hardness depends on your previous understanding of the world and your own self. And I tell you something very, very important I've been experimenting with in my yogic sadhana. Try to know yourself by yourself for yourself. Try to know your personality, your mental personality, your emotional personality, your physical personality, by yourself for yourself. This is very important. Introspection is very, very important. If those who have not been doing introspection, this is called the, I call it, they call the Swadhyay Antar Yogs, Antahakaran Yoga, Swadhyay. They will not be able to realize, understand the mystery of existence. All the relations become beautiful, wonderful, despite all the sufferings and conflict and confusion, if you start looking at the bigger worldview and examine yourself by yourself for yourself. This is my request to all of you, my full hand. Spare at least once a week, 20 minutes, 25 minutes for yourself. Examine yourself, your vritti, your 5 aspects, very important. Achar, vichar, vyavhar, ahar, vihar. These 5 pillars of human personality and human interactions with respect to the world. What kind of entertainment you enjoy? It will define your personality, inner personality. If you let me know, I have done these kind of things in the past too. If you let me know what kind of entertainment you like, range of entertainment, I can give you a good glimpse on your inner personality. Very important. Please limit your questions on the current lesson, because this subject matter is very large. So I will request you to please limit your questions on the current lesson. Your questions promote more meaningful dialogues that can clarify potential confusion, misunderstanding, and can promote enhanced understanding and new insight as well. And I myself and Acharya will get opportunity to learn about some new insights through your questions, through your dialogues, through your comments, which I can incorporate in the future lectures. My gratitude to your immense kindness, and I look forward to your blessing. So now, floor is open to questions and comments, and I am at your seva. Thank you so much. Shruti ji,
Yeah, namaste, everyone. So if
invite question, comments, and also give them the course website so that they can, look at it at their ease, and they can post their comments and questions on the course website. I will be able to then provide those answers to those questions, and it will be useful for wider audience. So please do so there. Thank you. Any questions or comment?
Can I just say something, please?
Yes, please, please, please. Any comments, any suggestions?
Namaste, Acharya ji. I'm exceptionally grateful. I think it was a very lucid introduction to the issue of the samskar of Vivaaha. And you have posed some questions there, which you said you would deal with in due course of time, which are extremely important in the present world. You also then...
May I suggest you, sir, can you turn on your video so I can see who you are?
Yes, I'm not a robot. 1 second.
That's right. I want to have a few minutes. I would like to know and understand, try to recognize your faces and new faces.
No,
so please, each one of you, I will request to, come on the video and then
okay.
I can,
My
please.
name is Girdhari Bahan, and I'm from the United Kingdom. I just wanted to ask you, in the latter part of your presentation, Namaskar, in the latter part of your presentation, you spoke at length on the issue of the loka.
Yeah.
And I presume, and this is my ignorance, I presume that you will go into that in due course and link that loka with the ceremony of the sanskar.
That is correct, sir. That's a good question. I'm going to define Lok Sangrah next time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to also define Yoga Kshetra, Dharma Kshetra. All I'm going to define. And then when we discuss actually how the rituals are performed, we will interlink all these together. Identify those, characterize those, and that way it will be more, understandable, realizable, and meaningful. I certainly agree. I'm going to do that. Thank you so much.
And the second point, that Vivaaha Samskaara was described at length. Almost a chapter is dedicated to it in the Rig Veda.
Yes.
And you have said that there have been some evolving traditions and rituals in the course of time since then, some regionally determined, but hopefully you will devote one chapter on that evolution and analyze as what you think is relevant and what you think should be discarded. Is that a fair question to you?
That's a good question. I'm going to give you some very pertinent understanding through quotations from the different, scriptures. And I'm going to identify, I'm going to give you a gist of the Dharma, the Graha Sutra, which are the foundation of the Vivaaha Samskar, all Samskars. Graha Sutra, all 4 Vedas.
Of course.
And identify those and see what has not been discussed or ignored in those smritis.
Okay, excellent to know that. Thank you. Namaste, Dhanyavad.
Namaste, thank you. Any other question or comment?
Yeah, Professor, I think Sudha Pandya ji has raised her hand. Sudha Pandya ji, if you can go ahead. You're on mute, Sudha Pandya ji. Yes, we can hear you.
Namaste ji.
Namaste ji. I cannot see
Ah.
your face. I cannot see your face.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
No, my
No.
video is on.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Ah.
Yes, your question.
My question is, I registered in this course because I was very much interested in the sanskaras. You will be covering one sanskar only, but I'm interested in all 16 sanskaras. So if you can, if you can give any website or any other literature for 16 sanskara, that will be.
I will be. I think there are a lot of websites available that may be talking about sanskara, and I you can search on Google. You can search on Google, but here my orientation is a little different, and I am focusing primarily on Vivaaha Samskaara in this course because itself covers. It requires a lot of lectures to fully understand the all the questions that are related to Vivaaha Samskaara. And these questions also relate to other sanskara, Soda Samskaara, for example. I have also given some talk about a good portion of talk on my previous lecture on Mrityu Sanskar, Anteshti. You can look at that one too on my course site.
Any literature in Sola Samskara in Sanskrit language?
Yes, I think it is the Graha Sutras are in Sanskrit language. And I will give you list of Graha Sutras. How many Graha Sutras are there? It's enormous. It's enormous. And I think, depending upon what tradition you come from Vedic tradition, Yajurvedic tradition, or you come Samvedic tradition, Atharvedic tradition, each of the Vedas have their Graha Sutra, and then interpretations of those Graha Sutra. And you will find a lot of variations, a lot of differences. So I think you may be lost if you really look at the original, things. People have been doing this, coming up with some what you call the abstract kind of a concluding type of understanding. And I will give you some references to which I have been using also in my talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this course is going to be very interesting. I know.
I hope to invite others too, because this is really very, very important, which is a signature of Vedic civilization. The three these three sanskars are very, very the foundation of Vedic civilization, as we must know. One is Jan Sanskar, other one is Vivaaha Samskaara, and third one is the Mrityu Sanskar. These are the three prominent ones which define our Vedic worldview. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So who said?
Professor, we have Sonal Mohanji and Amit Chaturvedi ji raising their hands. So maybe Sonal ji, please go ahead.
Yes. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, 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 Sonalji. So kind of you. I could see you, and I could really have a good question from you and guidance from you. That's so kind of you. You could join in.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's my honor and my pleasure entirely that I was able to join this session. And I'm utterly delighted. The first session, I'm going to hear it repeatedly again and again and again. I just want to know if we have questions, then how do we communicate to you? until the next session, if we have a question, then how do we communicate with you?
Yes. Oh,
Sonalji,
that's a good question. I think
you can check the
Shruti,
chat.
go to course
posted.
website and Shruti will give you that information.
That's lovely.
So
And
also individually, you can call me if you want to, or send me email. Shruti can give you those numbers to you, and then we can discuss on individual. I'm willing to, really interact with you so much.
Thank you. Guruji, would it be safe to say that if a person is about to get married, this is the right course to experience and understand from a marriage point of view?
Yes, I fully agree. This is the right course because I'm going to address all questions that I mentioned in the beginning, which are being raised in the younger generation. And older generation, like our generation, do not know how to respond to those. Oh, it is my Shastra says this, my tradition says that. That's not enough for contemporary world.
Absolutely. We need more concrete answers than abstract ones.
That is correct. That is correct. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Guruji. And
Thank you so much.
I look forward to your next session as well. Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Mumbai, India.
Mumbai. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your joining.
Thank you.
I will look forward to further interactions with you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sonalji, you can just check the chat, the Zoom chat. I've sent across the classroom link. So you can just use that. You can post your questions there. Professor will address, and there is also in the website, there is a professor's email address. So you can also write to him on that address.
Thank you so much, Shruti ji. Thank you.
Thank you. Amitji, please go ahead.
Yeah, Charan first, Tauji. So I have one question related
Thank
to.
you, Amit. Thank you. Blessing, my blessing. Yes.
So yeah, so I have one question that is related to. So is this course requires any prerequisite course that I have to go through, or this course is entirely self-sufficient enough, something like that? On those terms, I wanted to ask.
Yes, I think this stands by itself, but it is interconnected with the other courses. When we talk about the why do we do marriage or Vivaaha Samskaara, I should not use the word marriage or wedding. Why do we do Vivaaha Samskaara? What does it bring to me as an individual living in this world? So I'm going to talk about the what we call the ashram dharma, Pursarth dharma. I'm going to discuss those two, but I think if you want more discussion, more understanding, you may look at the previous lectures.
Thank you, Tauji. Yeah,
thank you so much.
Mahodaya, would the recording available for this session?
Yes. Yes, we have it on YouTube on our Global Dharma Institute channel. You can just search for the name Vivaaha Yogadharma-Kshetra. And you can also type professor's name and then it will be there.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. If there are no other questions, then we'll end the session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shruti.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.